What kind?
To honor our
Oh, of
boys.
course. Of course.
To honor our boys. Alright, now I'm ready.
You ready? You ready? Ready?
Yeah, yeah. How's your week, sir?
Doing all right, man. Just
Oh,
lots of work, tired, and
yeah. Feel
pretty much the same
that.
as you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're adjusting names. Yeah. All right. This is gonna be a short, candid intro, huh? I usually have us talking for a couple of minutes and then jump onto the show. But anyway, welcome everyone to Mark's Wrestling Podcast. Joining you for tonight is moi, Cowboy Burrito, and it's this way, Texan Nightmare.
That's
Anyway,
right.
so this past weekend, of course, we both talked about this. We didn't really see Raw. I mean SmackDown because it was pre-tape, and yeah, I mean it's just pre-tape. But
Yeah, and the only big thing was Rey Mysterio losing to Gunther. That was
yeah,
pretty much it.
only because this past weekend was also the Crown Jewel pay-per-view or premium live event. Sadly,
The only
I missed the first match because I thought it starts at 12, but apparently it started earlier than that. An hour prior, it started at 11, and I was like, "Fuck!" I missed Lesnar versus Lashley. I caught on to the match. Um, Hold on, my dog is barking. Right back. I'm back. I forgot what I was talking about already. Oh,
we're talking about missing the Lesnar Lashley match.
which is the only match most of one of the only matches I'm actually looking forward to. I caught on to the event towards the ending of the tag match between the women's tag match anyway. So yeah,
Yeah.
did you catch the whole event, or I think
Yeah,
I
no, I
remember you
caught.
telling me.
Yeah, I ended up watching it the day, like the night of.
Hmm.
But Lesnar and Lashley was actually it was okay, but I was surprised how quickly it ended. It was almost like I thought Lesnar actually may have hurt his knee or something because the way it ended was just so like
Oh
it was
yeah,
sudden. You know, he
I
puts
saw
on the
that
hurt
clips.
lock and then oh
He
yeah,
got pinned.
it was very quick.
Hmm. When do you think
Yeah,
when do
and
you
then he
think
turned
that
heel.
is he did he really? Nah, unfortunately, we'll talk about it. But anyway, Lashley doesn't feel
Yeah.
like a heel yet. Not until past Monday. Spoilers, but we'll talk about that.
No,
But
and I mean even
not
then he
even
didn't
then.
feel like a heel. He just feels like a
Exactly.
tweener, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's how most of the heels are nowadays, anyways.
So my question is, when do you think is the Lashley versus Lesnar Part 3 gonna happen? Do you think it'll happen in WrestleMania, Royal Rumble,
Maybe I don't
or the
know
next
because
or Elimination
that's a long
Chamber?
ways.
Yeah,
It could be, but that's a long ways to go to WrestleMania. I mean, that's like fuck, dude, like 5 months.
mm-hmm.
So maybe I mean they could make it a WrestleMania match. I'm also
Because
interested to see if they bring the Hurt Business back too.
honestly, I agree. I thought with Cedric and Shelton both also losing, that's when you know Lashley's recruiting them. Then because that I mean, if you've noticed with the new regime, as a lot of people have said, it's a lot of factions. You know, you have Judgment
Mm.
Day, you have Damage Control, you have the Bloodline,
The
Brawling
OC.
Brutes, the OC. I feel like I'm missing one more. I can't. Like I said, there's just a lot.
Maximum Male Models was kind of like a faction for a while
For a
there.
while, yeah. Then LA Knight
And I guess it still
separates.
could be considered a faction because it's got two men and one woman.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. Viking Raiders soon to be
but
coming back,
oh yeah,
quote unquote on soon.
if the New Day had Big E, it'd be kind of a
They'll be.
faction, basically.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, lots of factions. I
Oh
think
yeah, and
I don't want it to
Asuka,
become like
Bianca,
AEW
and
though.
yeah,
Oh,
you know
the
that
ragtag thrown together.
yeah that faction, whatever they want to be called. But
Yeah,
anyway,
they don't even have a name.
yeah, it's just like I said, a ragtag group of people who were attacked by Damage Control. But I feel like they might be bringing back Wicked Alexa soon. It seems like with all the
Oh yeah, they're teasing it for sure.
yeah heavily teasing it. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of Alexa Bliss, the Women's Tag Team Championship for Kai and Sky versus Bliss and Asuka. Um, what's what was the point of winning them last Monday? I have no idea. Um, what else? Nikki Cross attacking Alexa Bliss. You know.
Yeah, and it was actually a really good match, and it just got ruined. I mean, Alexa Bliss, it's one of her best matches I think she's had in the ring since she came back.
Mm-hmm.
She looked really good. They all actually had a pretty good match. We talked about it before how a lot of the women's matches look choreographed. This one really didn't look that way. It was
Mm-hmm.
actually really a good match, and then Cross comes in and ruins it. And like you
Oh
said,
yeah.
why did they even lose the titles to begin with? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this made no sense whatsoever. I mean, it.
Such a random.
Why'd you take the titles off?
This I guess either they need one more match or they know they probably Lesnar probably heard him like told them that hey I'm not feeling all too well. Can we have I might not be able to do a full 20-minute match, 30-minute match.
Weren't we talking about the women's tag match though? I thought we already moved on past Lesnar and Lashley.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying like the reason why they had to add this
Right.
match was probably because Lesnar got injured and they have to make up the time.
Okay. Well, yeah, but it was already kind of. I mean, it was already probably going to be a match anyways. But
Yeah,
still, why take the titles off of them? I mean,
exactly.
it doesn't
Such
really
a
make
random one.
sense. And yeah, but and like I said, it just kind of ruined an all-around pretty good
With
match
the
between the
with
four
the
women.
hmm Speaking of Cross, removing from one
Mm.
Cross to another, Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Cross Steel Cage. This was actually good. I really enjoyed it.
I liked it. Everybody hates Karrion Cross on the internet though, because they don't seem to really understand what his character's supposed to be for some god awful reason. They
I
all
think
say he's so bland in the ring, and it's like he's not supposed to be flashy, and he's also wrestling Drew McIntyre. Like, how flashy can you be wrestling Drew
yeah.
McIntyre?
Also,
I don't think they're.
I was gonna say Cross should have won like clean because that could pose like a legitimate threat in SmackDown.
Right.
Dethroning the number 2 babyface will be a good step for him to the whoever's the next babyface that he has to face. Pun intended.
Yeah. We'll see. I think that they're gonna do a third match between them, probably maybe in a Hell in a Cell or something like that.
I heard that was
Possibly.
well. Well, then again, McIntyre did say that he's done with Cross, so maybe who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
storytelling
Well,
wise
he might be
one
done with
more.
Cross, but Cross may not be done with him though. So.
Exactly. I just realized that just now too, like after reading because I mean McIntyre says he's done. Cross might not say he's done. Following that
Yeah,
up,
just like
it's
Seth and Cody.
oh yeah that one day, one day.
Well, yeah, but that you remember Cody was like, "I'm done with Seth," and then Seth came back and started attacking him. So
That's
it's
true.
probably going to be the same shit.
hmm Following up the steel cage, which was a fantastic match. The OC versus Judgment Day. I did like it too. Match
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, it was another
It's
good
pretty much a
match.
lot of all over the place. Like chaos going
What
off.
did you think of Rhea Ripley's extensions, her long hair?
Hot. Though
Yeah, very nice, right?
I thought I preferred the older one, older look, but it also fits her. I like that. It was also a way to make fun of Beth Phoenix's hairstyle as well. Though I didn't notice because I mean, two different colored hairs. One's a blonde, one's straight up black.
Right. I like her extensions. It fits her
hmm
character, and it's
I
something
know
different.
it does fit her character really really well. I'm surprised. At first, I was just like, "Whoa, that's a cool look," and her.
It
First
looks
of
like
all,
Damian Priest hair.
I was about to say like during the entrance for the Judgment Day, the first thing I thought of was like, I I get it that the women have to cover up, and of course you've seen the tag match earlier that night, earlier that day for us, and then later on Bianca versus Bailey, they have a one piece, one piece, whereas Rhea Ripley is just straight up garbed up, robe on, extensions. She made it work. I was like, damn. I think that's my favorite group
Yeah.
for the night. It's so good. Like
No, my
both.
favorite was Alexa's, obviously, but I like Rhea Ripley though. And
Mhm.
I liked her hair. And
Mhm.
to your point about the women's gear, I thought Damage Control's gear was hilarious. They looked like a NASCAR pit crew
I
mixed with
was
Power
yes,
Rangers.
yes. Okay, so
Yeah,
I was thinking of the same thing, but I forgot what they were called. I was just like, something's off. I cannot put it where whatever. But yeah,
yeah,
Rhea Ripley pulled it off, made it fit her look without looking forced to wear a onesie. Like she was covered from
right.
like neck down, and I'm just like, okay, she made it work. Following that
Yeah,
up,
she just looked like she normally does. She just
exactly,
looked like
like
she normally does.
it's just like, hey, I'm in Saudi where women have to be covered up. Perfect, all covered up.
Yeah, right. I'll just wear what I normally wear,
Yeah.
so because I'm always covered up anyways for the most part.
Following that up, it's the Braun Strowman versus Omos. Am I saying that right? Omos? Omos?
Omas,
I'm hearing 10 million different pronunciations
I
over
know.
here. But anyway, I agree. Omos did look really well in this match. Though I'm surprised that the end, the finish is just you know how much I don't like the power slam. But then
Yeah,
again,
but
it's
then it's people listen to me, okay? So people were bitching on the internet about the one power slam being enough to beat Omos, but then they bitch when people kick out of finishers. So which one is it? Do you want people to not kick out after a finisher, or
I,
do you want
I
people to kick out after a finisher?
I would have been more impressed if it was a spine. Then again, I'm talking about just a move. I don't like. I
Oh,
feel
the
like
power bomb.
yeah,
Yeah,
either that or if Braun could put a spine buster in his kit. Imagine
Jesus,
that
are you trying to kill
high.
people, man? God.
Exactly. Imagine how powerful that was. That's why I like his power bomb because he's already tall as fuck,
Yeah.
and then you're putting people even higher. And like I said, I just think that the running power slam is such a lame finish for him. For a guy that
I don't think
size,
he could have done I don't think he could have done the power bomb or the spine buster on Omos though. I think
I
that's
think
why
a
they did the
spine
power slam.
I think the spine buster might work, but I mean like I said last week, if he did the power bomb on Amos, I will be hella impressed. But I wouldn't be expecting it. I won't be. I'll be surprised if he actually does it. But I'm not. You know. Otherwise, that match was pretty good.
Yeah. And then
Omos taking over.
People were hating on Braun too because of his comments on Twitter about how nobody cares about flippy floppy stuff. I don't know if you saw that, but
I
people
saw
were
that
talking
tweet.
a lot of
Yeah.
shit about Braun. Yeah, and I
It's a
agree with him.
weird
So,
it's a weird way to break character, but I won't
is it
say
really him breaking character though? I mean, that would be something that Braun Strowman would actually say on TV. I think. because he's the monster of all monsters. Why would he care? People, he doesn't like people doing flippy floppy shit. I mean, I don't know why people hate on the man for just sharing his fucking opinion. I mean, he's right. That's why Mustafa Ali is always in catering. That's why Ricochet gets no push whatsoever, is because people really don't care as much about that stuff as people think. It's just one vocal minority that likes the over gymnastic choreographed bullshit. I mean, I like it when it's well placed, but when it's just flips everywhere and kicks everywhere, it's not fun watching that shit, in my opinion. I like watching people beat the shit out of each other. That's why we watch wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We're not watching ballet or Cirque du Soleil. So I don't understand why he got so much heat for that shit. But I guess that's just where, he's kind of downing his peers. So you can't do that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I agreed with him. I mean, he's showing his opinion, so you can't hate the man for making his opinion known,
Mm-hmm.
even if you don't like it. So,
Following it up
but
is
yeah, then on to the tag team
the
match.
tag team match between the Usos and Brawling Brutes. I'm actually surprised of how good this was, because last year we were supposed to get Viking Raiders versus the Usos.
And we didn't.
That's it.
So.
That was it. This I was expecting the same kind of like way with this one, but this one was really good. I wasn't even upset with the end. I'm actually more surprised, more excited about this upcoming Friday, where the Usos will be defending the title against the New Day. But we'll talk about more of that later. What do you think
Now,
about
the one thing I do
tag
also
match?
want to talk about too, I like the tag match. I just thought it was hilarious how everybody kept asking, "Where's Sami Zayn? Where's Sami Zayn?"
Oh yeah, was
And
that during
he's
this
not
match
he's
or
not
main event?
allowed in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Was it this match or?
People were asking that the whole time. The whole
Uh,
time from
I
this match on to the main event.
I was about to say that when the whole crowd was chanting for Sammy, I think that
Yeah,
was the
but
main
he's
event.
banned by the government.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally banned to not go to the Saudi Arabia because of being Syrian.
Mm-hmm.
So, and people are always like, "Oh, he chooses not to go to Saudi Arabia. He may not want to go, but he's banned by the act, like physically banned." So that's the actual story there. People are always like, "Oh, he doesn't want to go." It has nothing to do with that. He may not want to go, but he's also just straight up banned by the fucking government, so he can't go. Now, as far as the tag match, I thought it was great because I don't think anybody really thought the Brutes were going to win, but
But
it
they came out
elevated
strong.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it elevated them, made them look bigger than they already are. Rich Holland's coming along. He
What?
hurt Big E, but since then he's been great, dude. He looks great in the ring.
Mm-hmm. I've been really
And
like
Butch,
I'm upset because I like the New Day as a whole. I'm a Big E fan as well, and losing Big E. Yeah, I mean, sure it's like 1/3 of the group, but I don't know, something about Big E. I like Big E. He's funny. He's great. Very
well,
charismatic.
yeah.
And of course, like you
To be
said,
honest with you, in my opinion, he's the only one in the New Day worth a shit. The other two are just kind of comedy filler wrestlers now, So I don't take them as seriously as I did when Big E was around. But and I like Big E too. But I've always liked Kofi, but I don't know, dude. For some reason, I haven't liked Xavier Woods since he was like Consequences Creed in TNA. He's just cringy to me, Like I think he's a good wrestler, but his character, the way he holds the microphone, all that shit is cringy as hell. So
maybe that's what he's going for. Like that's his character. I mean, he's just playing as
right,
himself.
true,
Because I watched Up Down Down
true.
here and there, and he acts like the same guy. But yeah, like you said, no one really expected the Brutes to win, but their performance was stellar. It's funny how I
Yeah,
made
and
this comment while
they've been
watching.
very good.
hmm I made this
Hmm.
comment while watching this to my buddy. I was just like, man, the women in this entire event are all covered up, and then you see the men, skin to skin. Kind of sus there, Saudi Arabia. But anyway, moving on to the next one, Raw Women's Championship between Belair and Bailey in a last woman standing match. Um, really good. I love the golf cart. Uh, I forgot what it's called. Spot. There you
The
go.
golf cart segment spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
that was good. Yeah,
Yeah, especially Belair driving down the ramp, and everyone started memeing it. It was great. Have you seen that meme with CM Punk?
oh yeah,
CM Punk and one
yeah.
of the Bucks driving, and Kenny Omega just in the back yelling. That was great. I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Perfectly encapsulated. But yeah, surprised that Bailey, you know, didn't win. Apparently, it's obvious now that Belair is getting the Super Cena booking push. You know,
Yeah, and
really
everybody's
strong.
hating her all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, they're they've been trying to get like a woman, a female version of Cena in terms of like star power. I don't other than mm, I was gonna say who out of the four horsewomen, mostly all of them had been heels already. Closest one will probably when it comes to like star power, Banks and Becky will be up there because they cross over different industries, movies and such. With Banks at the in Mandalorian and the Star Wars stuff, and then Becky. I still don't believe that she acted as Cyndi Lauper. I every time I see her, like every time I see a clip of her from that show, I'm just like, is that her? I don't know if that voice is modified or is if she's actually doing that voice. I can't tell. But yeah, Bianca having that, in my opinion, that star power that as a face needed to to be the female version of Cena. What you think?
I mean, I think she's great in the ring, and I think she's her own person. I don't think she's really. I don't think she's. They're sitting backstage thinking, "Oh, this is going to be our female John Cena." I don't see that. I think it's just in logic terms too. I mean, who the hell's going to beat her? I
Yeah,
mean, she is jacked. She knows how to wrestle. The only
Rhea.
problem that I have with her, well, yeah, Rhea or Charlotte. The only problem that I have though is that her acting and promo skills and mic skills are
Still
not
needs
very
work.
good.
Still
Yeah,
needs work.
she uses the same catchphrases every time she's out there. She's not as believable as some of the other women. I mean, I think she's a. I mean, I. Every time someone brings up Sasha Banks when they talk about star power, it just makes me fucking laugh because I think Sasha Banks is horrible on the mic and in promos. So I think Bianca's better than Sasha, and that's pretty saying something right there, I guess. But I don't hate her. I think that she's worked hard for what she's got. I mean, she's a WWE lifer. I mean, she ran track in college, was all American and all that, and then went straight to WWE and has busted her ass to get where she's at. And just logically, nobody could beat her. I mean, it's similar to Roman. I mean, who the fuck's gonna beat him right now? It's the same with Bianca. Yeah, Rhea could beat her. Charlotte probably could beat her. Maybe Becky. Ronda has her own title, so don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know, man. I don't.
No, no.
I wonder where. I wonder what's going to be next for her. If it's going to be like what it's going to be. I mean, I know they're doing the war game shit, but what's that going to be for all the gold, or is it just going to be a 5-on-5 match?
It looks like just for a 5-on-5 because Nikki Cross had it. We'll talk about that later. Had the had a title, but
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap
But
this
the
up.
match itself between Bianca and Bailey was great. I thought the spot at the end with the ladder was pretty good. I don't
Pretty
think I've
smart,
seen many
honestly.
people do that one
Just
before.
like pin them with
Um,
the ladder.
right. There was a lot of good spots in there, like when Bailey covered her with the steel steps. That was pretty good. The golf cart spot was good. Through the table, always good.
Mm-hmm.
They just beat the shit out of each other. And I also, one funny part was all the makeup left on Bailey's ring attire from Bianca. There was spots of makeup all over her. It was fucking
So
hilarious. I was like,
that's what we get.
why'd
That's
you
what you
like? Why'd
get.
you wear white? Why'd you wear
Yeah.
white, dude? Come
That's
on, man.
okay. Out of all the last woman slash man standing match endings, between these three anyway, handcuffs, ladders, or duct tape. Which one was the best
Ladder.
finish?
The ladder was is most logical, right? Like it didn't take much to do. You're gonna have the ladder there, so it was just good thinking, and it was
Mm-hmm.
something that could be thought of on on your feet type thing. The handcuffs and the duct tape shit was all planned out stuff that like yeah you had to bring the duct tape and the handcuffs to the ring, but the ladder's already underneath the ring, so
Oh,
very logical, very
true, true.
logical.
All right. Wrapping out Crown Jewel, we have the undisputed championship match between Roman Reigns and Logan Paul. I'd say this has one of the best pictures I've ever seen since Cody won Hell in a Cell. Logan
Yeah,
Paul in the air with a punch and Roman Reigns coming up with a punch. That was a really good picture.
yeah,
Logan Paul,
Godzilla, King Kong type shit.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Logan Paul being injured during the. I feel like we talked about this. Oh wait, we did talk about it like later on, after a little bit
Mm-hmm.
after the match. Logan Paul being injured halfway through the match was, hey, he finished it. He did. I'm assuming the full time. Uh, big spots, big bumps. Like, of course, he brought back the the frog splash from the ring post to the table, but this time
While filming it,
while filming it. That was really cool. I like
you're
that they
gonna go
also uploaded
viral,
it.
Roman.
That was really
Yeah,
cool. Of course, we had the Usos show up, attack Logan's buddies on ringside.
that was funny as shit.
I don't even know what happened. I looked down. I looked away for 1 second, and next thing I know, the two guys are getting thrown in, like on the other side of the barricade, getting them
Yeah,
closer to the ring. I was like, "What happened? What did they do?"
yeah, they
What did they do?
dragged him over the guardrail. Yeah, they beat the shit out of him.
And
And then they
then,
showed up on their podcast like in a fucking wheelchair and neck brace and shit. That
oh
was pretty
really?
funny.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
Storytelling,
kayfabe, right?
kayfabe.
But
Unless
no, and then we got to talk about the one thing is
Jake
Jake Paul.
Paul coming out
The
delivering.
worst fucking punches. You and I could throw better punches than Jake Paul. That
That's
was
true.
fucking horrible. Absolutely horrible.
It's definitely not like an organic punch. Like, you know that Jay and Jimmy actually had to sell that punch.
Yeah.
In order to
They
make
then
it
they
more
probably
a
look
little
back
bit.
and are like, why did I sell it so hard? He barely even hit me.
Yeah.
Because you look at Logan's punch on Jay that one night was fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked like a real punch, and
His
even the
punch.
punch he laid on Roman,
Yeah.
his punch looks good, right? And his brother's just a fucking dumbass, man. And
It,
people are
it,
like, "Oh, give him time. He's gonna be just like Logan." The problem is we've said it from the beginning, is that like we may not like Logan Paul, but he's got WWE since he came here. It's
yeah.
very obvious that his brother doesn't get WWE. Okay, it's very obvious that if you can't throw a fucking punch when he's known he's gonna be in Saudi Arabia for what, like a month or two. Like, work on your work punches, man. It's not that fucking hard, you
Yeah.
know? Like, all you have to do is just work on some work punches.
Mm-hmm. Bad Bunny did a
So
lot better punches.
that was extremely, like, that was the worst part of the match. Everything else was great.
It was great.
There was a
I
few
loved it.
times. There was a few times I thought I was gonna have to stop watching WWE for a while because I thought Logan was actually gonna win a couple of the times,
Yeah,
and that was
I
actually
agree.
pretty
I think I was
pretty
playing.
scary.
I think I was playing Assassin's Creed while watching, right? And
Mm-hmm.
all I'm hearing is like 1, 2, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa! In my head, everything stopped. I was like, whoa, Reigns, come
Yeah.
on, Roman, kick!
And
What are you
Roman was
doing?
getting those kicks to like 2 7/8 too, man. Like he
Yeah,
was waiting
really,
until the very
really
last
late.
second to kick out.
I was like, man, they're either slow playing this or Roman is just straight up playing our hearts, man, pulling our heartstrings. But yeah, I thought that was great. Other than the Jake Paul segment, Jake Paul spot, the entire match was pretty fun. I mean, of course, like we talked about before, when it comes to Roman, that's the main event, and that Paul Logan definitely had to like work for that main event. Like he worked that main
Yeah, he
event.
had to step it up.
That
Hmm.
he had
And
that over the top flip that I thought was the cause of the meniscus tear, but apparently it was halfway
you're
through the
talking about
match.
the slingshot
Yeah,
lariat or
yeah.
whatever,
Oh no, no, no,
the
no,
Hangman
no.
Adam Page thing.
I did
No.
see that one, but no, it was towards the end where he jumped over the top rope to land on the Usos and maybe Solo. I don't remember when Solo came out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I know
that's
what you're
that
talking
spot.
about.
That spot. I thought that was pretty cool. That's why I thought he that's when he tore his meniscus, because that's when Jake was like helping him up, like he's struggling. But no, it was way before that. Way before that.
Yep.
But anyway, that is Crown Jewel. I
It
give.
was a good. It was a good show. I
Yeah, it
mean,
was a decent. I mean, it's a pretty decent match. Event. All story based driven matches except for Lashley and Lesnar. Well, even that one was also story driven. You know.
they all had their little stories. They're doing that now with Saudi Arabian shows where they basically give them their own little story before they take it over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think there was probably the second or the best Saudi Arabian show that they've had so far. Now, I would like to know how much money they spend on fireworks when they go over there, because the pyro over there is fucking insane, dude.
Pyro and
Like,
drones. We
yeah,
don't even
and
get
the
drones
drones,
here.
yeah,
We
those
don't even get
drones were
drones
so
here.
fucking cool.
I
I
like Bray
know.
Wyatt.
We
Oh,
were
we didn't even
skipping.
talk about Bray Wyatt's spot.
Oh yeah, we
But
didn't
then
even talk about his segment. Yeah,
yeah, I forgot
he
that
had a
was
good segment,
between.
just basically the same shit as normal.
Yeah.
Basically the same shit he's been doing the whole time, just
Hmm.
teasing the Uncle Howdy thing, which I think is just him. I think it's a split personality gimmick. I don't think it's a faction like everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, and then I like the only drone picture that they had that I didn't quite like was the Roman versus Logan one. It just looked weird.
Yeah, that one was kind of
It
yeah.
looked
They
weird.
ran out of money.
Everyone else had like their cool logos. Bray Wyatt's under upside down dragonfly, Bianca Belair's whip hair and lips, and you get Roman Reigns and Logan Paul is just two
So they ran out
very
of money. That's what I'm
yeah
telling you. Yeah, they ran out of money.
they
Two
ran
random
out
ass like generic profiles. Yeah, they ran out of
yeah
money.
side profiles too. Not even like
Yeah.
not one or Logan Paul's logo whatnot. That was funny. Anyway, I give this paper. I keep saying pay per view, but that's because
PLE.
I'll definitely give this probably 7. I find the female the tag match, you know, redundant due to Monday's title change. If I had seen Lesnar versus Lashley, which I could have, but I didn't. The entire show, I was just waiting for that match. I was like, "Ooh, let's get it." I thought they started. I thought the tag match, the women's tag match, was supposed to be a kickoff show match. I was like, "Okay, that was weird." Then Then they went to the steel cage. I was like, "Oh, okay, so steel cage first. Okay, Lesnar will be later." I kept watching. I was like, "Wait, what happened?" To
Man,
Lesnar
what
versus
the
Lashley?
fuck, dude? Like you
I was
completely
so.
bungled that shit, dude. Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
wait. I was like, wait.
Oh,
Where's Lashley and
yeah.
Lesnar? Did they call it off? I looked it up. Yeah, Lashley lost against Lesnar. I was like, what the fuck? I missed it that much. The entire match.
Sad, sad,
But yeah,
sad, sad.
how what? How would you rate? What would you give this?
Probably a
PLE?
7.5,
Seven and a
seven and a
half.
half or an 8. Yeah, if we're doing like letters, a B plus.
Okay,
It was good. I
B.
mean, it was pretty good for not much build,
Mm,
and for a Saudi show, it was good.
not bad. Yeah. So delivered. Most of its matches were still bangers. Um,
Yeah, and I
anyway,
really like the Cross and McIntyre match, and
mm-hmm.
I just get so tired. I'm wearing a Cross shirt right now, but
Take your time.
I get tired of the hate that Karrion Cross gets on the internet because everybody's like he's boring. He's this. He's not fucking boring. You just don't understand what the hell he's trying to do. You know, and everybody's like, "Oh, if he didn't have Scarlett, he wouldn't be good." And it's not true because Scarlett's not even like the main focal point of his character anymore. It's more about him.
Mm-hmm.
And just people are like, "Oh, he's not flashy. He's not this." Well, he's not supposed to be fucking flashy. Like he's supposed to be psychotic killer. And then I saw someone say that, "Oh, he doesn't have the size." The dude's like 6'4", 260 pounds. Like, how much
Yeah,
bigger does the guy need to be?
I was about to say I'm more impressed with his physique now compared to his first
Yeah,
first run.
just people are just
He's more
they're just
muscular
fucking
now.
annoying, man. Well, yeah, and the hair, you know, he looks like he could be a hitman, you know, and
Yeah,
that's
he could
supposed to
be
be
a
his character
hitman,
as a psychotic hitman.
or he can be. I mean, either way works. Even the bald one, like you said before, he looks like just a psycho
True.
that will.
Yeah, but the bald thing is like an overused hitman trope, though. You
Yeah.
know, like
Mm-hmm.
ever since the Hitman series, every hitman's got to be bald now, and they got to have a barcode on the back of their head. You know,
True.
so
Agent
I
47.
don't know. I really liked it, and then the superplex from the top of the cage, that was pretty fucking crazy. I don't.
I did.
Did did you see
I
that
missed.
spot?
I missed that one.
Man, come on, dude.
Hey man, it was like
I had a
what?
migraine, and I watched the whole show later on that night. But it's just one of those things where that match was great. It had good psychology. I get tired of Drew McIntyre because he's just the stupid baby face.
Mm-hmm. He's the
And
next babyface at the moment.
he got distracted by fucking Scarlett, who's on the outside of the cage. So like, why are you gonna let her distract you?
I mean, have
You
you
know?
seen how she looks? I would be distracted.
Yeah, but if you're but if I'm locked in a cage with Karrion Cross, I'm gonna be more worried about what he's gonna do to me. Okay,
I mean, she
like
can
I'm
still
locked in a
be.
cage with this guy.
She can still be pretty distracting. She has two reasons. Oh no, well, three reasons because she has to wear something tight. But anyway, moving on from Crown Jewel, moving to Monday Night
Raw,
Raw.
raw.
Raw. Starting out the
Yeah.
show with the Usos promo and a New Day promo. Pretty much a back and forth between the two, and which really really good. Like you said,
Was it
gloating
though?
their
I
win.
feel like we've all seen that though. It was a
I,
good promo, but I feel like the New Day and the Usos have done the same promo since they started wrestling 10 years ago. Just one of those things I've noticed. Their promos are very similar every time they're together because we've seen them wrestle each other for so long.
Mhm.
It's hard to do original content, but it was good and it got you excited for the tag
Friday.
match
On Friday.
on SmackDown. Yeah.
But look, I
But
mean,
also too, and then Riddle comes out and everybody's hating on fucking Riddle, and I'm like, why are you hating on Riddle? What the fuck, man? Wrestling fans are so fickle. Like, just last month everybody loved Riddle, and now they're like, oh, we hate him because he's doing the stoner gimmick. It's funny. Like,
no,
lighten up.
I think they were hating on him because he interrupted the segment.
So what? He made the segment funny. Like,
I did like Jimmy playing the bongos. Everybody
yeah, he
looked
was
for
hitting
me.
the bong. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even Solo was trying not to laugh. You could see it on his face. He was trying not to laugh. And that's the greatest part of wrestling.
And it gave us a pretty good tag match where
Yeah.
of course they had to have a tag match without giving us too much of what we already had between the Usos and the New Day. Giving
Right.
Solo the win by pinning Riddle, which I mean,
Oh, and Solo looked badass throughout the whole match too. I mean, they're booking him real strong, and I really like Solo.
the
I
enforcer
mean,
of the bloodline.
he's got a bright future.
Hmm.
You know, his future is a lot higher than Rikishi, so he could be the next big Uso.
The big goose.
Big
Not
goose.
feeling with the big Uzi. Following that up is the JBL promo. The wrestling god himself. And Corbin
Wrestling God.
versus Cedric Alexander. So pretty much
The first tease of the
unfavorable.
hit hurt business.
Exactly. I thought I wasn't really expecting it right here. Actually,
No.
I missed the interaction between Theory and Shelton. Good thing they replayed it later. And it's great to see Shelton back, but I thought his match was a lot short. But we'll talk about that in a little while. So after that segment between Corbin and JBL, we got the part one of Seth U.S. Open Challenge, which was
Oh my gosh, it was
he
fucking
definitely
hilarious.
he definitely delivered a babyface promo. So I guess he's a babyface now, like a very cocky baby.
Well, we'll talk about that later on. We'll talk about that later on because he kind of cements that further on later in the show. But
Yeah,
this segment was fucking hilarious because
I
then you
agree.
hear Judgment Day's music, right?
hmm
And you're like, okay, so which one of these fuckers is going to challenge him?
I was gonna
And
be
then Finn's
surprised if
like,
it was
oh,
Dominic.
I cost you gold, or you cost me gold, so now I'm going to cost you gold. And then it's like, okay, so what does that mean? And then here comes the fucking OC out,
OC
and Seth's just sitting
and
in between them, like, okay,
he
what do I do here? Like,
the
what the fuck are y'all doing out here right
the
now?
way he
Like,
ran away,
it's just,
like the way he exit the ring reminded me of Jack Sparrow. Yeah, he's just in the middle.
right? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Like,
and book
okay,
it.
time to go.
I, I, I I
And
would
then
say that
that
I'm
all
happy
that shit.
that they didn't continue with that match because I mean, sure, Rollins will win or the OC will interfere, but luckily we got a brawl between the OC and Judgment Day, only to be revealed that the fourth and final
Mia
member of the
Yim is part of the OC.
OC is Mia Yim. That was pretty cool. I mean, there were talks that she was trying to get back or someone trying to contact Mia Yim. I was surprised it was Mia Yim because I thought she had a contract with Impact. You know, I
Yeah, but she finished up with them.
ah, I thought it was like a kind of longer
Yeah.
term, but we got Mia Yim back. I'm not too familiar with her outside of Reckoning, which is funny because Reckoning is
Yeah.
in the game and you can also play as Mia Yim. So yeah, I watched one of her stream where she actually did that. It was hilarious how she reacted to both of her characters doing doing shit she never did in real life. But
She
so
is much better than her husband. I'll tell you that. She is a very good wrestler, and she's been very good for a long time. I mean, she first came in up in TNA Impact, and she was wrestling like Gail Kim and all those good TNA knockouts back in the day. And that's when I first saw her, and she hasn't changed much.
okay.
Thank God she doesn't have a mask on anymore for her own character and her own
hmm
career. I think it's a good start. I think it's a little bit of a weird thing because I don't see, but this was going to be the case with any woman that they brought for the OC. They don't look like they belong in the OC, right?
I
But
did
none of the
think
women. I mean, even if you brought Charlotte,
yeah,
back, she wasn't going to look like she belonged. You bring Sasha Banks back, she ain't going to look like she belongs. It's just one of those things where I think Mia Yim is actually a good choice because I mean, she actually looks like she could belong in the OC a little bit.
yeah,
Um,
and
she's
she's
got
from
that
TNA Impact,
attitude and everything. So
like AJ Styles and the Good
yeah,
Brothers.
yep. And so yeah, you're right. And I
Who was
mean,
it?
that's true. It's
I remember there was a joke about the OC being called Team TNA because if I think all of them came from was once part of Team Impact or TNA back then, and I found that hilarious. Like, oh hey, uh,
it's
the
basically Team TNA.
Mm-hmm. Following that up, we have the Otis versus Elias with. I mean, it's just a regular match between them with. I guess Elias being a jobber again. I guess they don't know where to put him in at the moment. I thought they were gonna put him in with
I think that they're.
Riddle. But yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say that I think that they're doing like a long arc with Elias where he's gonna turn back heel, and
Mm.
that's probably why he part of the reason why he got his ass kicked by Otis. But it was also more so revenge, I guess, for the Pumpkin the week before. I don't know. I was kind of surprised that Elias lost here too, but I mean, are we really surprised if anything happens anymore? I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Following that up, we have the Damage Control and the Ragtag three-man group segment where Io Sky and Asuka just yelled things at each other in Japanese. For at the time, I mean, it's Japanese. They sound, ridiculously loud. They're cartoonishly loud,
mm-hmm.
actually. But with the subtitles that was later implemented, it was actually not a bad back and forth. And given the history of their hometowns as well, Osaka
Yeah, which I
versus
didn't even
Tokyo.
know about
I
that
didn't
until
honestly,
I
yeah.
did not.
Hmm. That was pretty cool. That was a really cool segment. And then, Io calling Asuka a bitch. And then, now we have a War Games
Damage fat
match.
and words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have
And
a
Nikki
War
Cross
Games
comes
match.
out, you know.
Being the what, the fourth member? I'm surprised they're doing five
Yeah, the
members.
fourth.
I thought
I
they were just
know.
gonna
It's
do
kind of
four.
weird.
So we're
It's
gonna.
kind of weird.
So is the fourth member for the ragtag group gonna be Dana Brooke? I mean,
I think that the fourth and fifth members for the ragtag group are probably who everybody wants them to be.
which is Becky.
Sasha Banks and Naomi.
We'll see. We'll see. For now, out
I
of
just
the
have a feeling
available,
that it is because
they do
what's
have
that?
2 weeks. They have 2 weeks to build that up. I guess that we'll find out Monday. You know. Oh wow,
Or we
that
won't
does
find out until
the week
Survivor
of.
Series.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, well, who's gonna be y'all last two members? Blah blah blah. And then now we have.
Find out on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Is this? Oh yeah, that's right. That's 26. But yeah. Moving on will be the Austin Theory versus Shelton Benjamin. Pretty quick match, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I agree. Still fun to see Shelton on TV. It's been too long, but Shelton, in my opinion, I mean he still has it, but at the same time, not as much as the gold standard era, where he was pretty good in the ring, having that top one of my top 10 matches against Shawn Michaels. That was actually really cool. But yeah, losing, jobbing at the moment. Can't say much.
I think it's going to lead to the Hurt Business
I
reformation. That's really what
I
I think it is.
I actually thought it will lead up to this one as well, or at least later on. Which the theme of the show. We'll talk about it later.
Right?
Following
As
up is
always.
the Gargano versus the Miz match, which was pretty cool. The segment was the whistleblower stuff was good. I get it. Gargano's just came in and he's already losing. But the way they are setting up this feud was pretty cool. The Miz using his spiteful ways cheated Gargano the match by faking Loomis.
Hitting him with the turnbuckle and then
Mm-hmm.
hitting him with the turnbuckle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, and something else that you have to look at here too is this crowd. This whole fucking night was god awful.
Yeah.
It was horrible, so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And Gargano is one of the few people that actually got the crowd to start chanting Johnny Wrestling. Everybody else couldn't even get the crowd to chant anything. Seth barely could get any of them to sing along with this fucking song.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show that Gargano really connects with the fans more so than a lot of people online like to think. And I really do like Gargano. And I understood him losing here because it
Yeah,
was basically Miz's heel work that cost him the win. So I
cheating
understand
ways,
him losing here, and it was a
building
fun
up.
match.
Well, what do you think about Loomis coming out and smacking him in the face and running off because security came in? I thought that was pretty hilarious how he ran.
Loomis can run fast,
He
dude.
does.
Jesus
I was just like,
Christ!
holy
Like he
shit,
took off.
he booked
Like
off.
someone said on lines, Loomis said, "I'm fast as fuck, boy," and I was like,
Fast as
Jesus
fuck,
Christ, that's
boy.
hilarious. Yeah, because he took off like a fucking rocket,
Especially
bro, and
once he
like
got
damn
into
Forrest
the
Gump, the fans
audience.
area.
Yeah, like he just booked
Yeah,
it, and I was just like, huh,
yeah.
they can't be
And
faking
you know
it.
something?
He
I
was
saw
so.
something is that people were saying that it might lead to like a match between Gargano and Champa versus the Miz and Loomis or something like that. But Champa's been hurt, so
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
when
what's
that's
going to
gonna
happen.
happen.
But
Yeah. Following that
right,
up,
so but it's a
what was
oh
it?
yeah, the 24/7 championship.
Yeah,
Oh, nothing important.
Dana Brooke versus Nikki Cross, like I said, one-sided match, and we finally got an answer about how Triple H feels about the championship belt, even though she missed the bucket.
That made it even funnier though. That made it even funnier.
Yeah, and the fact that you can see Bailey like, you know, had a huge smile in Dakota, trying not to laugh the entire time was hilarious. It fits so well. But there we go. There
It
goes
was
the
yeah,
24/7 championship belt. No longer a thing. It's been retired after how many years?
retired. 3. I think it was
Was it three?
instituted in 2019 to
Oh,
2020. Maybe yeah, because it was like right before COVID or somewhere around COVID, wasn't it? It
I
was
don't know.
before COVID
I thought it was a
because I
little bit
remember the
further
Drake
back.
Maverick shit where he was getting married.
Hmm.
What's that?
I thought it was a little bit further, like 2017, 2018. Maybe it was 2019.
Mm-mm. I don't think so. I think it was 2019. I'd have to go back and look, but I think it was 2019.
One thing's for sure, I did like
But regardless,
Truth
it's
and Carmella segments with that belt. They were hilarious together.
yes,
But yeah,
yes.
moving on, we have Seth's Open Challenge once again, trial number 2.
Again, yeah.
Of course, challenging anyone who wants to, and then Ali shows up on the screen, declaring opportunity. I would say this: when Ali got pulled out of the shot, and you just hear punches, I thought that was the most cartoonish sound effect for someone getting punched. And I was just
Right?
like,
It sounded like some Bugs Bunny shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, Ali's just probably playing around. Then Lashley walked out. I was like, Lashley, man, you gotta get it someone better with the sound effects, make it more believable because I thought those were cartoons. But yeah,
And then I thought it was hilarious too when Ollie tried to break in back into the shot and fucking
yes,
Lashley just flings
just
him
toss
behind
him.
him into the trash can.
That was
That
hilarious.
was hilarious as shit.
Moving on was the pretty much the follow up was the match between Seth and Lashley, which ended up being Seth getting destroyed by Lashley before the match started, as you stated here on this notes that you sent me this morning or earlier today. Theory walked out.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Here we
he
go.
cashed in his Money in the Bank on the United States Championship belt. Of course, I actually got scared because one, we know how they usually do these kinds of cash ins. Like the face is getting destroyed right before the match, then someone walks out with a briefcase. Edge did it. I was gonna say Seth, but he pretty much did it at the end of the match.
CM Punk did it to Jeff Hardy
Yeah.
when he was even supposed to be a face.
Hmm.
So yeah, no. Yeah.
That was. I'm just happy. Even with the finisher 8 down, he kicked out. That was pretty cool. The pedigree he kicked out. That was pretty cool. And then Lashley came back, destroyed Austin. Austin got back into the ring just in time for a stop. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
no, that's
That's right.
exactly
That's
what
right.
happened,
Yeah.
and everybody collectively was like, "What the fuck
What the
just
fuck?
happened?"
Exactly. Exactly. I
But
was
see,
like,
though, okay, so we're 2, 3 days removed from it now, and I can confidently say to you that I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think that it could possibly be a good thing because, first of all, it made Seth look strong as fuck because he got his ass kicked by fucking Lashley and Theory, and still somehow kicked out
retain.
and still retained his title. So it,
Mm-hmm.
it elevated Seth even more, made him
Mm-hmm.
look, cement him more as a babyface. Like I said earlier, what we would
Mm-hmm.
talk about it. Well, we're talking about it now. So it cemented him more as the babyface. It made Lashley just look even more badass.
Monstrous
And
heel,
then it made you kind of
potentially.
feel sorry for Theory. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that possibly what it could lead to is the Theory and Cena match at WrestleMania.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why they took it off of him.
Maybe.
You know, and people are like, "Oh, they buried Theory, this, that, and the other." They didn't bury his ass.
Nah.
He's 25 years old.
Yeah. He's still. It's still
Like
early. He still
like
has his
do I
chances.
really? I don't necessarily like it, but I see why they did it because it helped elevate Seth even more, elevated the title more. And I was thinking, why didn't he go down to NXT and just cash in on Braun Breaker, or cash in on Roman and lose? But then the title picture doesn't really gain much from that, right?
Yeah.
The title picture gained a lot from Theory cashing in on the United States Championship. It makes it look more important.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or
it's really
just as
not that
important.
bad.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not really against it as well. Like you said, I was just like, what the fuck just happened? He lost a cash in on a non-title match. That's the only thing I was
Or a
surprised
mid
about.
card title. Yeah.
Exactly. And but like people say, it's there's probably like a fine print on the rule saying you can only cash in on a world championship belt. So, if they're going that route, they can still be like, oh, yeah, since technically it's an open challenge, it's not a world title. Here's your thing back, whatever.
Right. They could do that.
They could do that, or they could do what you did, which I can see more. It's more plausible. I mean, Triple H is trying to move the Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania to give it more. I feel like it's very fitting as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Money in the Bank, especially this past year. Money in the Bank was actually pretty fun. Other than we had that great tag match between Street Profits and the Usos. But at the same time, having those kinds of like matches, pay-per-views, PLEs, whatever, uh, like Hell in a Cell, it just kind of is an awkward way to move
It
with the
waters
feud
down
of.
the match.
There you go. Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
I'm fine with Extreme Rules being its own thing because as long as they do it like the way they did it this year, where everything are all filled with stipulations. You had what was it, the
Ladder match.
ladder match? Was it a Hell in a Cell match?
No, I
Trying to
think it
think.
was cage match.
Mm, so who?
It
All right,
wasn't Hell in a Cell. A strap match.
strap match.
Uh,
An actual Extreme Rules match between Ronda and
Ronda and Liv.
Liv. Thank you. Who else? Who else? Donnybrook
Uh,
match
the
with
Donnybrook match,
Imperium versus
which is
Brodus.
basically just an Extreme Rules match with a different name. But
With
yeah,
a with more set pieces.
an
Um,
Irish name.
yeah. Who else? Oh, I Quit match. Like I said, it's just filled with stipulations, and Fight Pit. It was the Fight Pit
I
match.
fucking fight pit. There you
There
go.
was a
You
cage
got me there.
match. It was a cage match. There was a cage match. God damn it! There's way too
Technically,
many cage matches. But yeah, stipulations. Just if Triple H sees that as oh hey, well let's keep that. I'm fine. But I'd rather have Vengeance, No Way Out, like those badass pay-per-view names. No Way Out,
Just as
No
long as they
Mercy.
have their own sets, like their own custom
Yes,
set, they need
yeah.
that shit back.
It
I
gives
mean,
them
I
more
miss the days.
personality and color. Like Great
Yeah,
American Bash. Whoo!
dude. Yeah, I miss that shit.
I
And then
love the
like
Great American Bashes.
the
And it,
TLC ones where they would have all the ladders and shit
ladders,
hanging from the
yeah.
ceiling and shit. Yeah.
And now you just have the whole set piece on in your house on NXT, which is man, it's NXT, but still they got more set pieces on their big events than in.
Yeah, I don't understand that one.
I hope Triple H, please bring those back, bring
I
us
know you're listening
custom.
to us. Yeah, you're listening to us. So yeah, just give us some give us unique sets for each
Mhm.
pay per view.
I'm fine with
And
Extreme
that's all we
Rules as
need.
long as it's like stipulated up. Give us
Yeah,
the
you can keep that
brutal.
one, Trips.
Yeah, you can take back Money in the Bank, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and that also, the Money in the Bank one too. It's good because then you basically have two matches for both nights of WrestleMania to open it.
That's
You've
true.
got the
One
men's
for women
Money
and
in the
women.
Bank,
Yeah.
yeah, and when the women's, and then you don't have to worry about that. You've already got it ready every year.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
easy,
that's like what you have both nights main event, and then the the ladder
the opener.
the openers. Boom, right there.
Hmm.
You have main events and openers. Anyway. Oh yeah, we're talking about Money in the Bank. We went on a tangent about pay-per-views, PLEs. So I forgot where we left off other than,
We were pretty
TV
much done
cash-in.
with the Raw thing, and that because we got to the Theory cash in, and that was pretty much it. What we were talking about
Yeah.
that led into replacing money in like sending money in the bank back to WrestleMania. That's how we
Mhm.
got there. Is talking about the Theory thing. But as far as the Theory thing goes, it's
They
like I
they could
said,
do what you do, what you mentioned earlier.
they could do that, or they could just give it back to him and be like, oh, it never happened.
Yeah.
They could
Still
just
give him
who
the
knows.
golden child, the golden goose of WWE. Give him that treatment. Make him more unbearable. Hey, guess who got his money in the
Yeah,
bank?
and see, and that's another thing too. Is it could be like a good segue for Triple H to come back on TV as an authority figure,
Mm-hmm.
and he could come back and be like, "Okay, so we're here to address the Austin Theory thing, and we're just going to give him the Money in the Bank contract back." That would piss everybody
Yeah.
off.
Oh yeah, that will put a
So,
massive heat on Theory for sure. Because
and on Trips, but that's where we have. It gives you a reason to watch next
yeah,
week,
exactly.
and that's what people don't get that shit these days. Everybody wants instant gratification.
That's what I
That's like,
thought so too. Like everyone's like, man, they buried Theory, blah blah blah. They buried the Money in the Bank stuff. Money in the Bank is no longer a thing. Then I was like, but it has a stalking
make
though.
makes me
It's
want
a
to pull my
great
hair out, dude.
it's a great topic to talk about while waiting for next Monday to see what they're
Yep.
planning to do, or the following Monday if they don't wanna if they wanna let it simmer down a bit, you know, simmer
Right.
down. So it's not like, oh hey, why did they do that last week then? If they're just gonna give it back to him anyway. But I mean, it's not nowhere near as close to when Corbin stole Biggie's Money in the Bank last year. You know, it was still he managed to get it. Biggie managed to get it back. We didn't really see Corbin getting it, cashing it right away. It would be hilarious if he did, against Roman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Squash.
mean, yeah, it gets squashed, waste of money in the bank, and yeah, I mean, many possibilities of what things could be, what they're planning to do nowadays. Like like our mantra here, we don't know what's coming. We can just
Yeah.
assume. We can just mark out, figure out what's coming up.
And then we'll
next.
talk about it when it actually does happen, and then we'll
Exactly.
critique it, and we'll say what we would have done.
Yeah.
We are the hindsight is 2020 megalomaniacs over here.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly. So
but
next week, uh, Are there any news? Because we're still
Um,
far early.
the only news really that is, I mean, there's a lot of like little things like the elite possibly coming back at Full Gear, I guess, and then that Soraya is going to wrestle her first match against Britt Baker at Full Gear, which I'm really not looking forward to that. I won't be watching it anyways. So
I'm only watching for our boy MJF. Hopefully he does win it, and
and
you know.
he's off filming a movie. So
Oh, he is.
yeah, he's in some movie that's going to be about the Von Erich family called The Iron Claw, and
Oh, he's in there
he's playing a role in there. Yeah,
with
he's playing a
Zac
role in there.
Efron.
Yeah,
Zac
it's
Efron
kind
looks
of
weird with
weird.
that hairstyle and
Well,
like
and
I.
it's also weird too because like you've
Oh yeah,
got
let's talk
Full
about
Gear
the Iron
coming
Claw.
up.
Yeah, let's all
Talk about who?
the Iron Claw as well. But we'll continue with the
Oh,
Iron Claw after full. What were you gonna say about Full Gear?
is that if he's filming, what happens if he gets fucked up at Full Gear? He's fucking wrestling John Moxley. Like the odds
Bleep,
of him
bleep,
getting hurt or
bleep.
messed up are pretty high, right?
Un-
Like
un- Unless they tell Moxley, hey, take it easy, but drop the belt. You know,
yeah, but I mean,
who
even when
knows?
you take shit easy, shit happens.
Yeah, you
So
don't
you
know.
never know.
That's why Cena doesn't
It just
really wrestle whenever he has project coming up.
right. It's just more and then just the booking of Tony Khan. You know, I go off about it every week. It's horrendous. You know, you got the shit with Wardlow now. They already had a perfectly made challenger in Hobbs, and then
Oh yeah, they turned Samoa Joe.
Joe wants to turn on him, and it's all contrived and fucking stupid. And the Acclaimed, they haven't really defended their titles like maybe once since they won them.
And then
You
they're
know,
gonna
they're
defend
too
it for the second time on Full Gear against Swerve in our
yeah
glory.
yeah Swerve and the Fat Man. So you
And then
know, Keith Lee looks like he's gaining weight every week. Nobody wants to say anything about that. Um, Chris Jericho is just Chris Jericho and
singing Masked Singer.
overshadowing every. Oh yeah, you saw that shit. The fucking dinosaur, the bride.
Yeah, I was just surprised because I was just I was taking a shit at work. I was scrolling through my Facebook news feed, and I see this article saying Chris Jericho is was in Masked Singer. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? First of all, what the fuck is Masked Singer? Second, whoa, this is cool because I actually watched the
yeah.
video, and I thank God someone finally explained to me what Masked Singer is supposed to be. It's supposed to be celebrities under like costumes and masks, and if they voted
You
off,
love karaoke and you didn't know what Masked Singer was, bro? Come on, man.
who can? I don't watch people. I don't watch people sing. I sing, and people watch me.
Yeah, that's
There
true.
we
People
go.
do watch you. Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that was pretty cool. It's weird hearing him not sing anything Fozzy or ABBA because I mean it's Chris Jericho. He has his own band. But yeah, he didn't even try to hide who's singing. I was like, oh hey, it is Chris Jericho. But then again, I like Fozzy.
Or
Fozzy's coming out.
it might not be Chris Jericho too. It could have just been somebody that was acting like they're Chris Jericho.
True, true.
You never know.
It is a max.
But no, I think it was Chris Jericho because it sounded like just like him
Oh
and the
yeah.
way he says certain words, you know.
Hmm.
But then I guess he put on a fake British accent too to try to throw people off
Probably.
his trail when he was talking. But I like Fozzy too. They make some damn good music. They're one of the last actual rock bands that exist. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to give
Uh,
Fozzy their props.
um. What else? Oh, the Iron Claw. I. What do you think about that? Like, I know there hasn't been any much about it other than MJ. You mentioning MJF being part of it, and Zac Efron is leading it. What do you think? Do you think it'll be like Glow or what's that movie? What was that movie? It's another wrestling.
Fighting with my family.
Yeah, yeah. What do you
More about
think?
Paige.
Yeah. Would you think it will be like they'll take inspiration of real world, or is it like based on actual, or it's just like fictional story that looks real? Because I thought Iron Claw was what's his face, the Iron Sheik's finisher. I mean, it's Iron Sheik, Iron Claw, and he does. I
Noob.
mean, Zac Efron also looks like a '80s wrestler with a hairstyle.
Okay, so it's supposed to be about the Von Erich family, which are huge. I'm surprised you don't know about them
It
because
sounds
they are
familiar.
huge in Texas. They're huge in Texas. Their dad ran and them ran fuck, dude, the promotion in Dallas, Capital City Wrestling now, something like that. Anyways, they ran a promotion up in Dallas, and they were very big down here in Houston too with Houston Wrestling. And they're a family of like the dad and three brothers, and all three of the brothers, except for one of them, I think, died like by suicide and by crazy accident. And they were very good. One of them had his foot amputated. I think it was Kerry had his foot amputated and ended up wrestling the rest of his career with a prosthetic, and nobody even knew about it. Nobody knew that he had a prosthetic foot.
How did he sell
So
anything with that foot?
right, exactly. And I don't know what exactly it's going to be. If it's going to be like The Wrestler, where it's like a biopic, or if it's going to be like fiction but based in reality. I have no idea because I haven't even
I mean, like I
like
said, there
seen.
wasn't much other than
Yeah,
what we mentioned earlier. I think
Mr.
that's gonna be cool.
MJF.
Yeah, I
It'll be
think
a
that's
fun
gonna be
movie.
cool.
I'll definitely see it.
I still
I don't
need to
know if it's
watch.
going to be like,
How was Fighting with the Family?
oh, great. I love that movie. That movie almost made me cry.
It's actually
Whenever,
surprising on how much like well-known Hollywood actors was in it. You have what was
and
his
how
name?
many WWE people were in it too. There was
Joe
a lot
Rock
of them,
was
and then
definitely
fucking
there.
and fucking Zelina Vega played AJ Lee, which I think is just
Oh yeah,
hilarious because
that's right. They
they
mentioned
look
that.
nothing alike.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then
but
who played this? Who played this page? Florence Pugh or something like that. I think. Or
I don't even remember. But she looked like Paige, kind of. Paige before
Fighting
the surgery.
with my family. Cast. So, oh, it was Florence Pugh. All right, and
There you
you
go.
also have Vince Vaughn, Lena Headey,
Yeah.
Nick Frost, of course, Cena. Okay. Now, okay, Big Show, Sheamus. That's pretty cool, though. The Miz.
Of
That's pretty
course, it's gonna
cool.
have the Miz.
Of course, yeah. Cena, Miz, Rock, top three. But yeah, I thought I didn't even. I think it came out. It says 2019, and
Hmm.
apparently it was based on 2012, 2013, or
Yeah, it's based on
whenever
whenever Paige made her debut.
debut. Yeah, and I thought that was really cool. I didn't even know about it being a WWE story until like
Yeah.
I got back into wrestling. I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool, wrestling movie. But oh well. Then the more I see bits and pieces of it, I was like, oh wow, they have a huge WWE sign in the background. I was like, okay, maybe one day I'll get around and watch it.
It's a
Man,
good movie. It's a good movie. Even if you don't like wrestling, it's a good
mhm.
movie. So,
I watched Nacho Libre. It has wrestling.
oh fucking hell!
One
Fun
of the
fact: I
best
hate Jack Black. I hate Jack Black.
What?
He is
What?
annoying as fuck, dude. His
He's a
shit is
national
just
treasure. He's a national
maybe for
treasure for sure.
you. For me, he's a national, just annoying ass actor. So,
National treasure.
not a fan. And I do not like Nacho Libre at all.
Damn. Hot take. Hot.
I've
Like
got a lot of them, but that's probably one that people hate me most for because I hate Jack
the
Black.
bomb slash plutonium X hot take. Oh my
I
lord.
hate Jack Black. Even
Damn.
Olivia, my wife, is like, "How do you hate Jack Black?" And I just do. I mean, the only movie I think that I liked of his was School of Rock, and it wasn't even because of him. It was just a good movie.
Mhm.
He just is I don't know. I just never really liked Jack Black.
Damn.
So Fun fact. Yeah.
Massive fighting words right here. Anyway, but they did deliver the most realistic Tombstone pile driver you will see in a regular wrestling show. You know, head not making contact with the mat. That's pretty cool. I was watching a video with Shelton Benjamin on and he was describing the different kinds of wrestling segments in movies and TV shows. One of them, was I did not know that what's his face? Hulk Hogan was in Rocky 3.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You didn't know that?
I never seen Rocky.
Come on.
I don't have.
Come on.
See, you may not like Jack Black. I have never seen a single Rocky movie.
No, that's fine. I've only seen the first one, but I know that Hulk Hogan was in the Rocky movies because I'm a wrestling fan.
I thought though it was a different. I knew he was in a different movie, but I didn't know.
He's been in the other shit.
Yeah, I just didn't know he was in Rocky 3, which was weird because he was wrestling, but at the same time, Rocky was punching like. He's acting like a boxer, so I was like, "Wait, what?" I was just like, "Wait, what? What's going on here?" But they also showed the wrestling scene with Macho Man as Bonesaw and Spider-Man, R.I.P. I honestly that one. I mean, Steel Cage looks weird. I mean, different promotions, but the fact that he got counted for being knocked out for 3 seconds was hilarious. 1, 2, 3. We have a winner! I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
His shoulder's not on the mat. No one's pinning him. He's just knocked out cold. Okay, cool.
3-second rule, I guess. Yeah, it's something new.
And then he was talking about like a steel cage match for 3 minutes. We would have a riot if that ever happens. I was like, yeah, 3 minutes is a short time. That's a squash.
Yeah.
That's
not even worthy to have to build a steel cage out if you're gonna do 3 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Give it like 30 minutes and boom, you got yourself a show. And it'll be like continuous wrestlers trying to go for 30 minutes, each one getting squashed in like a minute or two.
Right, just like a battle royale.
But against one man in a steel cage. But
steel cage gauntlet match. There you go.
Hey, you know what? That could work. Hey, Triple H. If
that's how Roman's gonna drop the title. Okay.
Count us in. We'll provide more details on how this will work. But then Glow.
The only detail that you have to know, Trips, is that Cody Rhodes is gonna win. That's the only detail you know.
If it's not in Royal Rumble, you have to give him the win for that gauntlet match.
Yeah, or you're gonna give me our money back for our Royal Rumble tickets.
And then it will literally be called the Elimination Chamber because that's how whoever's the one guy has to eliminate.
No. Listen. It'll be called the Eliminator Chamber, not the Elimination Chamber. The Eliminator Chamber. See, there you go.
The Eliminator's Gauntlet. Or something.
There you go. I mean, hey, yeah.
Everyone like Roman has to pick like a guy to defend his honor solo, let's say, and then
pick Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn just gets his ass kicked the whole time.
But he's still Sammy. And yet he keeps on winning. We don't know why, but he just
pulls it out. He's like, his eyes popped out, his whole face is purple, he's losing an arm.
Like for some, like they've decided to put Braun Strowman in, and Braun keeps tossing him left and right, and then all of a sudden, next thing we know, Braun loses somehow through magical
roll up.
Roll up.
1, 2, 3,
and boom. That's all Sammy does. It's just a roll up or a sneaky pin.
Schoolboy, 1, 2, 3, roll up, 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, Sammy's the winner.
Oh,
he's still gotta go to the hospital, but he's still a winner.
And then they're trying to raise his hand, but he's on the floor, so he's just like,
his arms like broken. Foaming, like I can't do
out.
it. Yeah, one eye hanging out. Yeah.
The Usos trying to put him up.
and Jay's still yelling at him because he didn't do a good enough job.
It's like, what are you doing, Sammy? Stand up, Sammy.
Put your AI back in, boy. Put it back in, Oos. What are you doing, Oos? You a disgrace,
What's your
Oos.
man? Oh man,
Jesus.
trips. If you want to add more stipulation in this bloodline storyline, let us know. We're
Or
your
if you
man.
want a couple we can be comedy writers. I mean, that's something we could do is write comedy
sure.
shit. I mean, we can do it all.
Yeah,
Just call us.
just
You got our number somehow.
uh, Twitter, that could work too.
Nah, tweet us.
Tweet at us, mention us. I mean, it'll be great.
But we're not doing it for less than 6 figures, okay? 6 figures.
Give me a lifetime ticket to Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. I'm good. Lifetime.
I'd rather have 100 grand a month or 100 grand a year. I'd be good.
At,
Give me 100 grand a year. I'm good. Pay my travel expenses.
front seat. Oh yeah, there we go. Just for me, it would be like front seat, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. Flights paid. I'll be fine. You know how much money I will save from that? Probably as much as $2.
Yeah, but you spent like $200 a night on food at WrestleMania, so
Fair.
you're gonna spend even more money on food
Fair.
and on merch, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Free
waiting
merch
for,
though.
I'm kind of upset. I missed the sale on Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels T-shirt.
Oh, the Montreal screw job
I
shirt.
think it was yesterday, right, or whenever. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I wanted it. It looks cool. I like the design, but I feel like that was a massive
It's
slap in the
actually-
face.
It was made with Bret Hart's tears.
Yeah, each paint that they used was made from Bret Hart's tears and sweat.
There's not
keep
gonna,
fucking
dude.
working.
There's got to be like nobody else who's a bigger whiner in the business than Bret Hart. He has to be the most whiny little baby I've ever heard in my life. Like
Ryback.
he holds grudges against people too. Okay, yeah, Ryback's just a dumbass. Okay, like I don't think Bret Hart's really that stupid. I just think he's a whiny, grudge-holding guy. You know, like he holds shit against people for like 25 years before he decides to move on. You know. And it's like, it's business. You know, if you wanted to be a real wrestler, then you should have went into the Olympics and shit. You know what I mean? Like, if that's really what you wanted to do, you knew.
Wait, fuck Goldberg. That's my Bret Hart. That's my Bret Hart impersonation. No matter how, no matter what topic.
Fuck Goldberg.
Fuck Goldberg. Okay, if Goldberg were like, I guess.
Yeah. So what about your debut match? Oh, wait. Fuck Goldberg. Okay.
Yeah,
We're talking about your debut match, man.
Let's talk about Montreal Screwjob. Yeah, okay. I can do that. I can do it. Fuck Goldberg. Anyway, fuck Shawn Michaels. Fuck Vince.
And fuck Shawn Michaels. And fuck Vince McMahon. Yeah.
And once again, fuck Goldberg. He goes back to Goldberg. Goldberg like, what the? Oh, come on. That was a long
It's like
time
wrestling
ago.
a gorilla.
But anyways,
But
yeah, we're pretty much done. We've been just talking about the Iron Claw and some of the other wrestling movies. After recapping, I mean it's shorter this time because we didn't really recap SmackDown. Gunther won. Okay, though I am excited for that World Cup tomorrow night. I'm excited for that one. I wonder who they're gonna bring in for it. Of course, Rey Mysterio probably. Mexico. I don't know. I probably just
the corpse of Eddie Guerrero.
Chavo. Why? Don't know. Andrade. Andrade randomly shows up.
One could only, man. That'd be pretty cool with Charlotte. That'd be great, man.
Yeah. Charlotte comes out.
That'd be
But
great.
wait. Charlotte's performing, and then Andrade's music hits. Fights. Whoever is it a battle royale or is it just like an elimination type like how they used to do?
I think it's just elimination like tournament type thing.
Also like the King of the Ring stuff, which I heard they're bringing back.
I think so.
But instead of like
the King of the Ring.
Yeah, like what they did this past year. What was it? 8 matches total. Man, that was some bullshit, dude. I was so excited they're bringing back King of the Ring, and then I see the list. I was like, and you're not gonna put people who had feuds together, or not even at round one, but like eventually. It's like all mumble jumble. It's like super last minute. I hope with
Yeah, and
Triple
then it
H,
ended up not meaning shit either
because
because like you had King Woods who didn't do shit, and then you had Queen Zelina who didn't do shit. So
Zelina just disappeared from TV after losing the tag
that was
titles.
so bad too when she would try to do the fake accent and she would like, God,
And then with
what
Woods,
a joke.
I mean, with at least with Woods, there was like they managed to scrap it for another story with Roman. Roman being the tribal chief, taking the crown. At least they did something with the King of the Ring segment part. Queen of the Ring.
Yeah. Who cares?
It was. I mean, at least they had one.
Right.
Hopefully they bring it back, but give it more of a makeover. Give it someone who can actually needs it, not just
Yeah, like
hey,
Dana Brooke.
I was gonna say Asuka or someone who's like mid card or higher. To
Asuka
give
the Queen.
Or I don't know, Bailey.
Candice LeRae.
The
Queen Candice.
I was about to say, like, what was the Poison Pixie instead of Pixie's Poison Queen?
The Poison Queen, there you go. Or the Pixie Queen. I mean, hey.
Hey, Trips, call us.
Yeah, we're still here, man. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you know what to contact us. As down here is our links to our social media. Hey, you see that segue? Best segue.
Great job, man. Great job.
Yeah,
yep.
Our socials, our media. You can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, where this one's gonna go. I think I gave you access on Facebook. I'm trying to figure out what happened to that one. Mark's Wrestling Pod on Instagram, on Twitter. Podcast for Instagram.
Mark's Wrestle Pod. Mark's Wrestle Pod for Twitter, and then it's Mark's Wrestling Podcast for TikTok, Instagram, and TikTok and Instagram.
David is our social media guy. Keep up the great work. I keep seeing those like, what was it? Today in wrestling history. That was cool.
I've been trying to keep up with it. I got kind of behind during the World Series.
World Series, man. Number one. Yeah.
I had a lot of trouble during the whole postseason. But
it's all good. And now we're back on the usual. Hopefully for me, I have for those Geeks Review fans or watchers, I do have some stuff lined up. Just need to get to them. But David is the Mark's Wrestling manager, so he's
That's
making
me.
me work. He's making me work. But yeah. Get back to
God
work.
Damn it.
But yeah, this should be up. I know last week we I know we kind of always push this to like Sundays, but last week whenever there's a pay-per-view a premium live event, I'm sorry, I do try to get it as early as possible, like 11 a.m. on a Saturday, and then the audio up by Friday night if possible. But other than that, you can find us separately down here. Hopefully I don't forget mine. I've been doing good with my socials, I think.
Yes, you have. You've been doing all right.
It'll be down here, of course. You can also find the Mark's Wrestling Podcast on all that jazz, all the lists.
And make sure while you're down there also to like and subscribe to our channel.
There we go. I keep forgetting about that. Like and subscribe,
we never
share.
show you people. Yeah,
That's
we
true.
never show you, but we're going to show you right now. You need to like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you more content.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, who knows? Maybe we'll have a new thing here and now. Or, here and there. Might come up some new ideas. Man. We'll see. Ooh. Well, the Halloween's over now. We're
doing like mystery type thing, dude. Jeez, come on, man.
I thought it was supposed to be a spooky.
Hating on my sound effects. God damn.
We need a soundboard. But anyways, I'm Cowboy Burrito, and Texas Nightmare and I are signing out. Have a wonderful
Yes.
night.
See
Thank
you
you,
next
and
week.
next week.